Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to the Adventures of Traveling Don. My name is Benjamin O, and I am back on the road. That's right, I'm heading back from Austin, Texas, all the way back up to Bar Harbor, Maine. But my first stop today is here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. So Hot Springs, Arkansas is a little town in Arkansas, probably about I'd say about 50 miles-ish west of Little Rock. And it's actually the town itself is part of the national park. It's a Hot Springs National Park. It's actually, I believe it's the oldest national park in the United States. This is one of the very first areas that got settled after President Thomas Jefferson purchased Louisiana Purchase, which basically doubled the United States at the time. And this was one of the first places, I think back in like 1807 or something like that, people actually started like coming into here, and they realized the thermal hot springs that ran within this whole, throughout this whole area. So that they went back as far back as I think 1832. They started building log cabins and places for people to come visit and enjoy the hot springs. So people in the States have been enjoying the hot springs here at Hot Springs, Arkansas since the early, mid 19th century, which is actually really kind of cool. So, but the main road that you see here behind me, this is Bathhouse Row. It is a historical row where you have all the old traditional bathhouses that are here. Some of them have been turned into, more museums and stuff like that, but there are still a couple of active ones as well. I got here at about 4:30. It's about like 4:45 right now. They close at 6, I believe, the public baths do. And the last inn is at like 5 o'clock. So you have to get in like an hour before they close. So I'm gonna test it out and see if I can actually get in. I don't know if I'll be able to show anything in there, but we're gonna go inside and see if I can get a nice hot bath after that long drive. So Quapaw Hot Springs, that was awesome. These thermal baths were just what the doctor ordered after that 8-hour-long drive from Austin, Texas to here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And, that was well needed. It was actually really kind of cool because they allowed me, after everybody had left, I was able to go back in to get you guys some shots in there. Because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to shoot anything, but they allowed me once everybody had left, right before 6 o'clock, and I was like, sweet. So, but it's really kind of cool. Like, you just go into the lobby, you check in, they give you a key to your own locker, put your stuff in there, and then you head out into the thermal baths. There's 4 different baths, 3 on the bottom level, and then 1 long on the top. The top one, of course, is going to be the coolest. That's about body temperature. It's about like 96.8 degrees, 95, something like that. But and then it's like it goes from top, right, left, and then center, going from like 95 to 98 to 102 to 104 as the hottest. So, and they usually recommend about 10 to 15 minutes in each one. You can pick and choose how you want to do that. I did all 4 of them, and then the top one the second time to cool off a little bit, but well needed. And it was only 25 bucks, and you don't really have a time limit. I just got here late, but in all honesty, to come in here, pay some 25 bucks, maybe be here for like an hour, maybe a couple hours. They have a cafe, so you can go grab something to drink, something to eat there. But it's actually a really, really cool spot, and it is very, very historical. So, but let's go ahead and continue on with the tour of Hot Springs, Arkansas. So one of the cool things about hot springs when you're walking around town is you'll see these kind of like green water tower structures here that have these little fountains. Now, there's water that comes out of here, but it's not cold water. It's actually rather hot. So it's like, it's great for washing your hands. It'd be great. I mean, it's natural spring water. It's just the thermal water. So it'd be great to have in your tea. You know, make some tea, put it in a thermos. So, but yeah, if you ever need water, just remember you're getting some warm water out of these. But it is connected to the old spring wells that kind of run underground throughout this whole area. And like I said, it is warm, it is hot. It's hotter than the bath water in there. So, but yeah, it is kind of cool. So this is really cool. Behind me is, in between two of the bathhouses, is one of the original tunnel springs where all that thermal water used to come through for the baths. And it still looks like there's still some water in there, but I think it's pretty much stagnant in that particular area. It's not used for the baths like the other springs are. But this is one of the tunnels that was originally here. There's even like a dripping spring over here, which is, it still has a little bit of water going. So I don't know how much, or if it rains you get a little bit more, but it is just kind of cool. You got a little bit of history just kind of like tucked away behind the bathhouses. So when you're here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, keep your eyes peeled for just like these small little things that are going to be just kind of all over the place. So, but it's actually really kind of cool. Okay, so the next spot that we're here at is Hale Hotel and Bathhouse. So this is one of the old traditional bathhouses that has been turned into kind of like a, it's almost like a 4-star hotel. Very chic, very unique. I think like each room has access to like their own private bath time away from the public baths at any time. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, they told me, if you wanted to take a, you know, a thermal bath, you got your own private thing going on. It's actually really cool. So, but I came into the restaurant here just to have a quick beer and something to eat before going to grab some dinner somewhere. But it caught my eye, and I thought I'd check it out. It's a nice hotel. Like the lobby looks absolutely fantastic, and this restaurant's got nice kind of just like really cool vibe. Got the old tile walls from the bathhouse. I think this might have been part of the bath at one point, and then just got hanging vines and everything like that. It's actually really kind of cool. But I got my beer here, and this is a local beer from Little Rock. It's called Lost 40. I actually just like the glass. It's a cool kind of glass, but it's a Bock. I think it's a honey Bock, she told me. So we're gonna try this real quick. Ooh, that's nice. Just a nice light sweetness to that. Oh man, I like Bocks. Usually about like 6%. Slight dark. Got a little nice maltiness to it, but that's actually really good. So, but I got some food coming. All right, so what I have going up here at the Hale Hotel is called the goat cheese bake, and it's like this baked goat cheese fondue that's like mixed together with like a tomato compote, Kalamata olives, a little bit of garlic. I mean, just you can smell the garlic and the goat cheese coming off that. It looks so good. So I got a little crostini that it comes on top of that. So we're just gonna bite into all that. Oh my God, that is good. Like the saltiness of the goat cheese and the olives with like that acidity of the tomatoes. Oh, that's killer. I was like, that is definitely very garlicky. And interestingly enough, the crostinis are not super crunchy. A lot of times, you know, people, they overcook or overcrisp the crostinis. These are perfect. You just bit right through it. It's fine. So just enough of a crunch and it's fantastic. Damn, this is good. Man, Hale Hotel, you guys are killing it with that goat cheese. That was absolutely fantastic. So, but when you're done eating, or if you're kind of in between meals, you're walking around town, what you want to do is come to Arlington Lawn. It's like at the crossroads of the main strip down here in Hot Springs. And it's really kind of cool. It's got this unique feature here And as you can see, it looks just like a traditional waterfall, but it's actually a hot springs thermal waterfall. Like this water behind me, can you touch that? That is hot. That's gotta be 140, 150. You know, it's almost like if you're putting your finger into like a cup of tea, like right after you pour it. It is hot, but it's very unique because it looks like a traditional waterfall walking up to it, but then you see this steam rising out of it. It's so cool. I've never seen a hot waterfall before, but yeah, it's kind of a neat little thing. And it's like this lawn park is kind of the entrance to several trails that goes up into the hills behind me, where you can get overlooks and whatnot. So, but it's a beautiful little park to just kind of like walk through and yeah, just enjoy. Just watch yourself when you stick your hand in here. It is actually really hot water. So I found a cool little spot. I came up to the promenade, which is right above Arlington Lawn, and I found one of the streams where the hot water comes down from into the wells down below for the bathhouses. And it's actually really kind of cool, like the colors on the bottom area where all that water is going, and even along the sides, what the hot water and all the minerals in there like just does to like that rock. It gives it like a mixture of like yellow and kind of like mossy green sort of color. It's kind of unique. It's really kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before in just like a traditional stream. But yeah, just kind of a neat little tidbit there. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so the last spot that we're at is a place called Trejos, Las Trejos. This is a Mexican restaurant. It's here about 10 minutes south of the main town of Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's basically right down the street from where my hotel is at. And it's actually on an island. It's an island that's like right in the middle of the Ouachita River, which is the river that just kind of goes throughout this major part of Arkansas and through the Hot Springs National Park. But it's actually kind of cool, you know. It's got this beautiful patio with this beautiful view of the river, and I got here right around sunset time, or right after sunset, so you still had like that beautiful light coming off the clouds in the sky, just kind of like that dark ruby red. It was actually really kind of nice. But yeah, it's a great spot, lit up really nicely. You got that kind of like Mexican salsa music going on. So, but I'm looking forward. I got myself the chicken fajitas, but of course you got to start off here at a Mexican restaurant. Got to get that margarita, and I didn't get the tequila margarita. I got the mezcal. This is Morales Mezcal, the Cava margarita. So let's give it a try.
Can't get no powder coat.
Oh yeah, that's mezcal.
I use non-alcohol.
Ooh, that's strong. Holy crap. So it's just basically lime, Grand Marnier, and mezcal. And you got that smoke from the mezcal. You got a little bit of the kind of like that sweetness from the Grand Marnier, and enough of that acidic tartness from the lime. But whoa, that's strong. That's a good thing I'm walking back to the hotel. And plus it's a big margarita, so cheers to you guys. Alright, so it is fajita time. So I got the chicken fajitas, comes with just rice, beans, guacamole, little pico de gallo, and sour cream, and of course homemade tortilla as well. But I mean, the fajitas all coming out. What I love about the fajitas is just that smell when it comes out. You got that steam going. Oh my god, it looks so good. It's just like, oh yeah, that is fantastic. Very juicy, very tender chicken. Now I got basically my fajito taco here. I just put everything into it together. I just have one big old bite. Wouldn't come. Excuse me. Winning combination. That was delicious. Okay, so that was Trejos. I mean, that was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I don't know what Mexican food is like in Arkansas. You know, I come from Texas where we get the Tex-Mex, originally from California, Cal-Mex. So I never had Mexican food in Arkansas. That was fantastic. And the view off the water was amazing. But I mean, this whole kind of like, ever since I got here at 4:30, these last 5-6 hours have been fantastic. After that long 7.5, 8-hour drive, relaxing in the baths, having that like beer and that goat cheese, that was amazing. Just a little walk around the town. Hot Springs, Arkansas is amazing. I would love to see it during wintertime because it's a hot springs place. There's like, I'm sure they get snow around here. That must be really kind of cool. But yeah, no, I'm staying in the Hilton Home Suites, Home to Hilton Suites. I think that's how it is. But anyway, it's actually really nice. I'll give you a quick tour. You do have, of course, the bed over here, which is rather comfy. But there is an interesting thing. They have this partition that you can pull out between the bed and then, of course, the couch. I don't know if the couch has a couch bed. Let's actually check real quick. Yes, it does. So it does have a couch bed in here. I think this is one of the suites. There was an issue getting me in, and I think they upgraded me, which was kind of cool. But really cool bed, nice workstation, TV. You have a full kitchen except for the stove, but outside of that, fully equipped. And then, of course, the bathroom is actually rather nice as well. But anyway, fellow travelers, thank you so much for joining me on this first part of the adventure back up to Maine. I've got some good stuff coming up. Hopefully I don't get rained out when it comes to that. I might run into some thunderstorms in Tennessee tomorrow, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a like, comment. Let me know of your experiences here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, if you've been here before, or any other hot springs places that you've ever been to. I'm curious. I'm traveling. I'd love to go to one of those. And also, of course, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys on the next adventure. Peace out.